Yes. Hello, hello, guys. Today we're going to dig in, and it's a touchy subject for all of us, families, loved ones, you know, just you individually. If you can relate, you know what I'm saying, and you're taking care of your mental health, that's good. You know what I'm saying? At least you're aware of your twerks or whatever's going on in your life, that you're aware of it and that you're addressing it. You know what I'm saying? It's really,
Mhm.
it's a serious matter because all of us have some type of mental breakdown,
Yes.
and we were talking about the mental health stigma for blacks when it's
Right.
convenient for whites. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
when you sit here and look at different judicial courts going on,
Yeah.
when it's
Mhm.
public courts going on, and someone does heinous crimes, white versus black and
Mhm.
brown end up being sentenced to way more time, and
Right.
you want to say they're sane,
Mhm.
they were in their right mind when they committed that crime. But
Right.
when a white person does something a similar heinous crime, they
Mhm.
are they are how can I say,
They
they
usually get a pass faster than we do,
yes,
right? Yes.
yes,
Yes, they
and,
get a pass, and
and
the thing about it, when you say like how we address our issues,
mhm,
our issues are always like pushed over to the side. The only time that we ever get a pass or even get some type of compassion or empathy, sympathy to us is when it pertains to benefiting another culture, predominantly Caucasian, right?
mhm,
When it's benefiting their pockets.
mhm,
It's like they'll come to our rescue, they'll aid us. Not all, not everybody, but usually that's how it goes. If it's um anyone that's regular, I would say just a normal person that acted out or went through a breakdown and so they went crazy, nobody's stepping up to make up an excuse for them. It's like, oh, okay, throw away the key, lock them up. They knew what they were doing. They wasn't crazy when they did such and such and such. Well, they was fine when they came into work, or they were fine yesterday laughing and talking. They'll show all these different um scenarios and results of
yeah,
them being normal
mhm,
just to sentence them way beyond.
yeah.
Hey Jeff, how you doing? And I don't understand that. What did you find out when it came to um like the stigmas of black people using mental health versus white people using
Well,
mental
I from what I see, sometimes I sitting in courts because I've done what's that, jury, when they make you do jury duty or court, some like the
Yeah,
drug
you're
court,
right.
right? So
Yeah.
they make you sit there and do drug court. So you sit and listen to different courts, people,
Uh-huh.
random people that have court.
Hmm.
And a lot of times when a person is going to court, they don't feel like they have mental illness going on. So they
Hmm.
will go into court like they have everything together, instead of trying to talk to their lawyers and tell the lawyer, look, this is what's going on. I had a mental breakdown. Sometimes we don't acknowledge it, and in the same time, us not acknowledging it, the courts won't acknowledge you having a mental issue either. They're gonna say you're everything you've done, you knew, you were aware of, you're fully capable, you knew what was going on. So they send you through trial like you're a normal, normal person, when you're not. You should have been seeing a psychiatrist or some sort before going to court or going to trial. And a lot of times we don't get that um, grace from the court.
Right. I seen this statistic. It says Black and African American communities and mental health, right?
Mhm.
It says 16% of those reported having a mental health issue per year. Only 16% of Black people admit
Mhm.
that they have a mental health issue. Like, I
Mhm.
don't know what it is about us that, we're afraid or scared to say, hey, I got a therapist.
Right.
Or, I need to go vent to somebody that is going to hear me and not judge me. Because a lot of times we're so used to being the strong person. And yes, we are. But it gets tiresome when we have a breakdown. We're just no different than anybody else. And
Right.
they will make it to where, like I said, if it's not lining someone else's pockets,
Right.
and which usually is always another race because they're
Mhm.
always economically and financially usually in a higher, position than we are.
Yeah.
We're not able to, we're making it up. We're lying. And we have been ridiculed, and on, like, just not even on a work level, right? Let's say
Right.
not even at the job or on the job. In healthcare, there
Right.
was a situation where that went viral, where it was a biracial woman, right?
Mhm.
She went to the doctor and she was pregnant, and she was having an issue to where she was hurting. She needed
Right.
a medical paper for her to go to work, right? She needed a
Okay.
note. And then
Mhm.
the nurse that was there was so shitty to her,
Oh
okay?
yeah.
She laughed and joked, and the woman had a nervous breakdown after that. It went viral. She had a
Oh
nervous
wow.
breakdown after that because she was, not only that she was already going through things being pregnant with her body and having complications with her pregnancy, right? She
Mhm.
couldn't understand why a nurse, we look at nurses as they're such soft human beings, right? Usually.
Exactly.
Ooh, child, when she dealt with that black woman, she was so shitty. She started throwing stuff at her and
Yeah.
trying to knock her phone out of her hand.
Yeah.
And that's just so sad that we go through that on all levels. And now that we're taking a closer scope at mental health and the excuses of what we can use versus what they can use,
Right.
right? You're looking at Kyrie. Irving didn't make the movie. He
No.
didn't invest into the movie. He
Mm-mm.
didn't even watch the movie until after he posted it. He
Yeah.
said he
Yeah, you're
he
right.
he said that he only posted the movie because he wanted to see what name matched the name that he was named and the meaning of it, right? When
Mm.
he showed the movie on his Twitter or whatever,
He posted
he
it.
had,
Yeah, he just
yeah,
posted it.
it's like
It
you
was just
want
a regular
him.
post. It's like a post me and you would just put up. It's like, okay, I'm posting this. You know what I'm saying? And they really took it to another level. You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of, I wish he would have been more proactive and watched it first before he posted it. But sometimes we're so much in a rush,
Mhm,
hustle and bustle every day. We
mhm.
working, doing this and that. You just post stuff, and then you go, okay, later I'll look into it. With his layer
Yeah,
into something big.
I was upset because we all the time. Have you ever been accused of some things that you post something and then later somebody's inboxing you,
Oh
or
yeah, yeah,
somebody's contacting you
right.
because you posted the wrong thing, you
Or
know?
even say the wrong thing. Let me tell you what happened to me. And I was talking to a young lady, and she
Mhm,
was just venting in my chair, talking about things going on in her life. And I'm like, you know what? You gotta take care of you. You got to
mhm,
protect your peace. You have
mhm.
to be at peace with you and take some self care time to yourself. And that's
Right,
all I told her. Take care of yourself. I guess, assuming she probably thinking to somebody else, telling them what I
mhm,
said, thinking
right,
I know something that's going on in her life,
mhm,
and I wouldn't say nothing about it.
right.
Let me tell you something. I don't care
Uh-oh.
really what's going on in your life. I'm just being
Right,
a peacemaker because that's the type of person I am, a caregiver. I'm just
right,
telling you to take care of yourself. Don't worry
right,
about nobody else. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So if you took that conversation and twisted
Mhm,
around and mentally thinking something's going on, or I know what's going on and I won't tell you,
right,
come shoot from the hip with me. Ask
right.
me what's going on. Do I know this and do I know that? Don't
So she
speculate
so
nothing because I'm not a
so
speculator.
So she had something going on in her life, and she
Hmm.
assumed by you being, the good beautician, you popular, that, somebody came through the shop and told you her
Maybe,
business, and she assumed that you knew.
I guess, because she was talking to this other individuals like, Shadi was telling me protect my peace and da da da. So I don't know what she meant.
What you
I
meant.
don't know why she wouldn't just come out and tell me. Tell you what?
Right.
There's nothing to tell you. I don't know.
A lot of times, but like you said, a lot of times that's the guilt on the person. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
Majority of the time when somebody's doing something sneaky or saying something that they don't have no business doing, they
Hmm.
automatically assume that it's you. That's to cover up what is wrong with them.
Yes. Yep.
And for the fact of her not, like you said, she could have just came and asked you. She
Yeah.
could have called you after the fact, like, what did you mean by that? Because I've
Right.
done that. I actually just did that a few few minutes ago. I was kind of rude to somebody, but I was rude for protecting myself because somebody was standing behind me
Uh huh.
while I was handing them my credit card.
Okay.
And I explained to to the woman that was checking me out. I told her, I apologize. It was not rude to you. It's just a man was on my back. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I didn't
Hmm.
want him to see my address. It's sad that we have
Yeah.
to be like that
Hmm.
nowadays. But
Hmm.
I checked it right in a moment, and I said that I was going to start doing that because
Yes.
when people are confronted right away with their shadiness, they'll stop.
Yeah.
They'll
Because
think
you.
about it ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Before doing
Yes.
it. That's
Hmm.
just like with Kyrie and with Kanye. The reason why they're in the news so much now, everybody's, oh, I'm so tired of talking about it. Oh, I'm so sick of it. No, the reason why it's being addressed is just like, and everybody's like, okay, we shouldn't be talking about slavery. Slavery's done. No, you
No, it's
can't
not.
say that if you're a person that's not black, right? And
Right.
even black people could be sick of hearing about it, about what happened 400 years ago. But if we're still going through the same things, just in a different way, of course
Hmm.
it's going to be relevant.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about him addressing the current situation with all the rules that they want him to do, all the penalties that they want him to abide by, right?
Hmm.
They want him to abide by like they're whooping him. You know what I'm saying? In front of
Right.
everybody. He disobeyed. That's
Yeah.
why they keep on doing the comparison between slavery and now, because all those six things that they want him to do just to play, and
Right.
then Nike stripping him. You made all this money and now you're stripping this money away from him. So they're assumed that we can be bought because usually that's what's happening. But everybody is stepping away and
This
stepping
is their
down.
this is their new form of slavery. We're not physically being whipped and feathered and all that stuff and humiliated in front of the world,
We're
but we're
mentally being
mentally they're
humiliated. Yeah,
mentally doing it to us, and it's
right.
still another form of what happened 400 years ago. So
Exactly.
you mentally telling us, oh, we're gonna strip him from this, and that, his money, that, and he needs to apologize in front of all of us.
Right.
That's you publicly humiliating him,
Yeah.
and it's sad, they, oh, girl,
And,
I can go on and on.
and Jeff is right that they're stripping him of his dignity, right?
Yes,
His dignity, to the fact of they keep making him explain. You see how when he's in a press conference, he's checking them so smooth.
it's really
He's
good.
so classy, how his parents raised him.
Yes,
He's so humble when he's speaking, and like he told him, stop assuming and making me say that I disrespected anybody. I didn't disrespect
no,
anybody. I specifically show, and the movie is on Amazon Prime, and Jeff Bezos is sponsored it, right?
right,
What is paid for it? Why haven't you talked to him about doing that?
exactly.
You're
Talk to
mad
us.
at him for sharing it, and he all he did is said, watch it. He
Yeah,
didn't say anything else. And you want him to do all these different things,
yup,
but you
just
ain't
like
said
Jeff
nothing to
Bezos is doing it.
Amazon.
Jeff Bezos showing it
Well, no problem.
with no problem. So what's the deal?
and he's promoting the hell out of it, especially now since it's so big. Like you're making him so much more money by making this big old issue. And it's like the people in the press, they kept trying to press him say sorry. He's like, for what? It
For what? What
ain't
am I
do
say sorry
nothing.
for? I just
You're
posted.
making me
Posted.
say I did something anti-Semitic. How? I just shared a movie.
Yeah.
Watch it, look at it. Like,
Yeah.
what is that? And then you want to take my money. It's almost like it forces anybody that's in yeah, and then he
He already
apologized.
apologized. What else do
Yeah,
they want? I think they're
right.
trying to double down on him speaking out against not taking the jab. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm quite
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. So
definitely, Jeff.
let, let's
Definitely.
let's make Jeff Bezos take the jab because
Right,
he the one showing it.
right.
He the one
Yes,
he the one
because you know what?
paid them to show their movie.
Exactly. With
And
no
he getting coins from it.
problem. With no problem. Like he said
He the
that
one getting the monetary assets from it.
exactly. Okay. Tell him, Sade. He's sure in the hell is getting all that bread.
Right.
And all of us sitting around talking about it.
Right.
So if you and then you say you're gonna take away his shoes, like we wear them shoes as raw as hell. You gonna take the shoes away from because you're assuming you want him to say that he says something
Right.
anti what's it called Semitic, right? You said something wrong against Jewish people and he didn't say anything wrong. He didn't say
He didn't say nothing.
he was a straight mute. He didn't say a word, and he showed a whole movie, a movie cover, and you just went left with it. Like what it is they didn't like the things that he knows about his history. Why are you mad about him doing his history? Because Jewish people tell us all across the land. And then they even got mad at Kanye, which I didn't understand that either because he specifically said, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm jealous because we're not like the Jewish community. Like, who's disrespecting you? Nobody's
Right.
disrespecting you. Like, why? But here's the thing, though. What needs to happen,
Mm-hmm.
and I wish would happen, is that every single Black person and company
Yes.
should pay attention to who's stepping down and who's stepping back. Because I
Yes.
guarantee you this: there's not one Jewish company that can make it without us on the team. There's
Right.
not one Jewish company in the world that can do anything without any Black people being involved because y'all been eating off our backs the whole entire time. We have
Have
never had a problem with it.
even
Abide by
starting.
your rules, been and done made it. We done made shit into sugar our whole existence of
Yeah.
being on this earth.
Yeah.
They consider us crabs in a barrel, right? We done
We're
climbed up
not.
out that shit.
No.
We done
Right.
we every damn struggle that we done had, we done climbed up and made it out. We done
Exactly.
turned a dollar into 20 easy. I don't give
Okay.
a damn
Yes.
how we gotta do
For
it.
sure. For sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
so
back
they
when
can
the
keep doing
music
it.
began, even when back music began, they used our voice and
Thank
put
you.
the white man up there like he's singing. You needed
Exactly.
us at some point of time, all
Yes,
the time
exactly. All
for
the
something.
time. All the time.
So if
Every
all of us
single
get together
trend.
and start, and
Woo.
we'll be a force to be reckoned with. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be wise for them to stop showing their hand like they're doing. Cause it's only so long you can beat somebody, beat somebody to where they're not gonna, strike back.
Right?
That
You
that
will
would that
say
would that would be their goal is to try to keep us against each other so
that's what
they
they
can
try
keep
to do. Yeah.
succeeding,
Mhm.
to keep benefiting.
Oh
They're
yeah.
really mad that Kanye West outsmarted them by being a billionaire. You see what he said. Forbes didn't even want to show that. You're really mad at that.
Yeah.
You're really mad at that. And
Hmm.
it's gonna keep happening.
Yeah. It's gonna keep
It's gonna
happening.
keep happening. I just seen where ASAP Rocky said about how Frank Ocean
Yes.
finessed the whole music industry. They're
Yeah.
quietening that down though. You
Right.
see, he don't even have to make any music anymore. He
No.
got all that money up out of him.
Yes, he did.
20 mil here, 50 million there. He got all his money.
Yeah, he
But
did.
they don't talk about that. They don't talk about the smart Black people that
No.
always out there. They tried to
They
they
finessed
tried
him.
to do the same thing to Master P too.
Yeah.
But he keeps rising. He keep rising.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. It's like at some point, but when are we gonna get
Realize.
together, right? And say, look, we got to build all this on our own and ourselves. We constantly all the different sections in the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no soul food section in the grocery stores. A soul food section in the grocery store. We kind of
Right.
like all over the place, right?
Right.
Every other culture is in the grocery store. We ain't even got a section in the It's just some simple, it's simple, small
Yes.
things like that. It's
Right.
like, why do I gotta go down south to get this type of seasoning or this type of food to
Yes.
make this taste good up north? Because I'm up north. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Why ain't that everywhere? But the other cultures, the Latino section,
They have all
Asian
their stuff the
section,
same. Every
every
state. Every state.
every
Yes, they
state.
do.
We don't have
Gil said
one
that's
store.
he said that's a whole different story with Kyrie. They just making him an example of others in the NBA to shut up on worldly issues unless it's what makes them look good or us look stupid.
That's
Right.
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So
That's
true.
true. That's so true.
Yes, it is.
That is so true because if he was quiet, Gilbert, if he was quiet though, right? They still would take his money. If
Oh
he
yeah.
just didn't say anything, they still would take his money.
Yeah. He can
You know
say
what I'm saying?
something, they're gonna take his
They
money.
still would take his money. They still would try to make a fool out of him because he stood up for us. That's the thing. Anytime, how dare you? Like back in
Yeah.
the day, whoop the slaves in front of all the other slaves so
Yeah.
you would know not to get out of line
Get out of
anymore.
line.
You
That's
know,
what it
make
is.
him like Jeff said, take away his dignity so I can embarrass you in front of everybody so they'll know if they even think about striking out or going against. This is what happened. No, that's done. That's
That's
over with,
done.
player. That's over with. That's over with.
A done deal, ain't it?
It's
Girl,
we've made it so far without with having the minimum. Money isn't really even mattering
no.
anymore. You know what I
Mm-mm.
mean? It's not. And so they know that even with the housing rates going up and everything going higher and higher, it's only so long that you could do that.
No. And it's gonna the market gonna bust.
Yeah, it's only so long that you could do
Gonna
that
bust.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna
Yeah.
blow up in their face.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna blow up.
Yes. We want to thank
Well,
you guys for listening and hearing us rant tonight.
right.
Thank you for commenting and giving your views. And we
Mhm.
just want to give ups to our sponsors.
Hey.
And we want to Cashmere Lux Hair Salon, where you can get your natural hair care products, shampoos, conditioners, and hair growth products, and it works. The products work speaks for itself. We
Mhm.
got Lena beans,
Body
body
butter
butter,
plus.
and the bomb. It has my skin so soft, my feet look
Hey,
good. I need to be
that's
on.
right.
I need to be a feet model, huh?
Right.
Hey.
Hey, Lena.
Then hook us. Listen, shop with Bossed Up Beauties, shapewear, waist trainers, body shapers.
Hey, we'll have a sale. We're having a holiday sale, so y'all be looking out
Yes,
for it. We have some new items coming in about 2 weeks, so be
yes, yes,
looking
yes.
for it.
Thank you guys. Peace out.
See you Friday.